Okay guys, this is the socket of the alternator guys. So the alternator is in good socket guys, electrical socket guys is in good condition. There is no corrosion, there is no spread terminal. So if we're going to check the one inside the alternator, let's check it guys. So I'm not sure whether the focus is seeing it. Okay guys, the terminal inside of the alternator is in good also condition. So my next step on this one guys is to check the wiring diagram guys. As far as I know, this alternator is being controlled by one of the computer guys, either ECM or central some kind of central module as some kind of BCM guys. So we will check the diagram guys. So I just noticed guys that there is also a wiring socket here. No, it's different color coding. So we will check the diagram whether there is some kind of another connection in between the alternator and the computer that we might need to check whether there is this connection on those terminal guys. So if there is no problem with wiring harness guys, we will go straight to the replacing of alternator. So we will not bother about the computer first. So we will concentrate on the alternator guys. Okay guys, I have my 2 multi-tester right now guys. I'm monitoring the battery voltage. So our battery voltage is 12.5. So we have sufficient battery supply. Then this terminal of alternator is our target right now. We will check whether there is a voltage drop going on this terminal. So one of this terminal is constant battery supply, one is light indicator for the dashboard, and one is for ignition on for the alternator that will be coming from the IPDM. So we need to find out whether there's voltage drop on this wire. So right now that is our constant battery supply, the green wire, and we are going to load this using this load pro tester. So this is attached on the multi-tester, and once you press this button it will load test the wiring supply voltage supply capacity. So it will check the integrity of the wire. So usually if there is a huge voltage drop, once you press this button there is a problem with the wiring. So right now I'm going to press this one. So 12.28 and I release it is 12.51. So there's somewhere maybe point something, 0.2 or 12.1 voltage drop. So it's not huge, so it means that the integrity of our wire is good. If that thing drops to somewhere in 11 volts, it drop into 1 volt, it means there is a problem. Now right now I'm pressing it, so 12.32, I'm releasing it, 12.51. So we have no problem with our wiring. So this constant battery supply. So the next thing we need to find out is the excite wire coming from the PDMI. There is a wire being controlled by the computer. So we're going to check that one. Okay guys, luckily the fault show up right now guys. So as you can see, the check engine is light on, the track control is light on, and all sensor are on. So those sensor guys are for the some kind of lane departure warning guys. This one, lane departure warning, and this one I think is for blind spot, this one. Now as you can see, the idle is going up and down, but the alternator is not light on. Now we are going to check the voltage right now guys, and see whether the alternator is charging. As you can see, the idle of the engine is not stable. It has an engine hunting right now guys. So let's check the voltage of the alternator guys. Okay guys, our voltage right now is 13 up to 14 volts. So right now the alternator is charging. Let's see the one. Now I'm checking the alternator voltage output is 14.1. Yep. So that's the output of the alternator guys, the big bolt nut with I terminal guys. So that's the one that I check guys, the output wiring of the alternator. So let's check the ignition supply. It's supposed to be the wire controlled by the ECM. I'm going to connect it now guys. I'm getting 6.1 guys, 6.2. So that's the color of that wire is the dirty white guys. Yeah, the dirty white. That's the one on the top. Then the next one is dark green. That is the constant battery supply. And the one in the bottom is the light indicator. So I already tracked down this wire guys. It's over here. And this one guys, that is our ignition guys, the one that controlled by the ECM. So if we're going to poke it and measure the voltage, the voltage is 6.2 to 6.1. And the one on the bottom of that one, that is the light indicator guys. We don't have problem with the light indicator guys, because right now the light indicator is not light on and everything is charging. So it looks like our problem is not related with the power supply right now guys, with the charging system, because the charging system is charging. See, 13.8 to 14. But the problem is we have multiple faults about regarding voltage supply of multiple ECM or multiple module. So it always pinpoint to the power supply error. So I'm just wondering whether one of the relay of the ignition is not functioning properly and causing all this trouble, guys. So also the immobilizer codes, guys, I seen it flashing earlier when I opened the door, but it disappeared. Everything that you see that flashing there in the middle of the cluster, this one, guys, in actual situation, if you're going to look at on the cluster, everything is stable, but what you are seeing there, guys, is just an effect of the camera of the cell phone. So everything is stable. All that flashing, that park symbol, the one that the kilometer reading on the top, everything are stable. So that's only an effect of the camera, guys. So right now, guys, it becomes stable, the idle, but the check engine is light on. So I will try to plug in the scan tool, guys, and find out what are the fault. Maybe it's also the same, maybe power supply error, guys. Okay, guys, I'm already scanning the vehicle, guys. As you can see, there are lots of fault right now in the system. We have 3 fault on engine, we have 1 fault on ABS, we have fault in meter MMBA. So the system is still scanning the whole system. It's on 20%, so it will take a while, guys. So let me pause this, then we will continue once the scan tool is completed scanning the vehicle. Okay, guys, it's already 100%. The system had been 100% scanned. So 3 in the engine, 1 in transmission, 1 in ABS, 1 in meter, 1 in IPDM, all-wheel drive, 2 in all-wheel drive, multi-display, 1 fault, ABM, 1 fault. Okay, let's make a quick report. Okay, guys, this is the save health report, guys. So most of the fault, the common fault that we can see in the system are can line and also under voltage. So I would like to concentrate on under voltage. I think all the problem here is caused by under voltage. Remember, guys, as I told you before, maybe 3 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago right now, we have a problem about the charging system. The battery warning light is flashing on the instrument cluster. So as we can see, guys, we have under voltage here fault. That's for the control module electronic stability, so that's the brakes. Then power steering, short circuit, open circuit. Then some of them are can line. Then as you can see here, guys, under voltage again. So most of the time guys, if there is an under voltage guys, the ECM will bring up multiple fault code guys, because the ECM is not working properly. I don't think we have problem with the ABS guys. I don't think we have also problem with 4x4, because our fault are more on power supply and can line. So I would like to concentrate on that voltage supply guys. So as we can see guys, on the voltage of ignition of the alternator, it's only somewhere in 6 volts. But remember that wire guys, that dirty white color guys of wire, that is being manipulated by the IPDM module. So I don't know whether that supply is a switch on or controlled by duty cycle guys. So I don't want to load test that wire guys, because I don't want to fry or damage the IPDM module. So what I'm going to do on that one guys is I might use an oscilloscope, and let's say see whether it's a duty cycle or there is a voltage drop on that wiring guys. It's very risky guys if we load test that system guys, because we might damage the internal component of IPDM guys. So that will be my next move guys. But as we've seen guys, when the fault show up, the battery warning somewhere there guys, in that area is not light on. So you can review that one on the first part of the video guys, when I recaptured the fault. So it means when the fault happen, the symptoms happen, the alternator is charging during that time. I think we have two different problem guys. The other one is maybe the alternator is playing up, and the second one is we have a wiring issue regarding the power supply of all the module guys. So what I'm going to do guys on the next move guys is to measure the ignition guys, which is ignition control of the alternator guys, whether there is a voltage drop or it is being controlled by IPDM using the duty cycle. So if we confirm that is good guys, our next step guys is to replace all the ignition relay guys. So I don't want to play up on the relay. I'm just gonna replace them guys. There's two ignition relay guys in this vehicle, one inside the IPDM module near inside the engine bay, and there's another fuse box on that side guys, near the air blowers guys. Beside that beside here guys, here there guys, that one, there is a fuse and relay on that area, and there is one ignition relay located on that area. So I just want to replace those two relays guys. I'm not gonna waste my time checking those relay guys, because once you pull that relay guys, it's very hard to get them in one piece, because I tried one guys, the ignition relay on the engine bay. I'm going to show you guys. Okay guys, if you're going to check the voltage being read by the ECM, so this is engine ECM guys. As you can see, it's 13.82, 13.6, 13.44, 13.8. It's always 13 something. But if you look outside, it's somewhere in 14.25 or 14.24. So there is some kind of voltage drop compared to the voltage stored on the battery, supply on the battery, and if you compare it to the voltage being read by the ECM. So usually there is a switch on power voltage being given to the ECM, all ECM, so the ECM will start working. So that is the turning on signal, and usually those turning on signal is being supplied by a relay. Now if there is something wrong with the relay, there's something wrong with the contact, there will be a voltage drop will be happening in between the contact of relay, and that's voltage drop will reflect on the value that the ECM is reading right now, guys. That's 13.92 and outside is 14.25. So also when maybe there is some kind of difference with the calibration of the tools, between the two tools, between the multi-tester and the scan tools, but usually it's supposed to be very little, but this one is maybe more than half a volt, and I think we have really issue with the relay. So right now I've been running the vehicle for an hour, the fault is not showing up. So this is the most difficult of troubleshooting, guys, when you're chasing a ghost fault. So there is some kind of hide and seek between the fault and the mechanic, guys, and I hate this kind of problem, guys. I don't like this kind of fault, guys. So right now everything is working fine, fault is not showing up, voltage is passed on the charging rate. 13.8 is a good charging rate. I'm just concerned with the difference between the voltage on the battery. That is 14.27, while in here is somewhere in 13.8. So that's all I can do, guys. The plan that I had mentioned to you earlier, that I'm going to replace the two ignition relay, and this relay, guy, is pain in the ass to remove. It's very hard to remove the relay without damaging the housing, guys, because of the design. Once you pull the relay with the long nose, it damages the housing of the relay, and you cannot pull it with your fingers because the area where you can hold the relay is very, very small. Only long nose can go on it. So once you remove the relay, you need to replace it, guys. So I'm not sure whether there's some kind of special tools made by Nissan to pull out the relay. I'm not aware whether they have one, but right now, guys, my plan is to really replace that relay, those two relays, guys. I will not bother checking them because I pulled one of the relay in the IPDM, guys, and I damaged the housing, guys. So you cannot pull it with your fingers, you need to use long nose, but once you pinch it with the long nose, it damages the housing of the relay. You're gonna crack it, guys. So guys, I'm just gonna ask my wife to buy a relay. Okay, guys, look at what's happening right now, guys. Look at the battery voltage on the scan tool is 14.08 up to 14.20 something. And look at the battery voltage, guys. Okay? It's 14.46. So it's very near, guys. Before there is almost 1 volt voltage difference, guys. So what I did, guys, is I replaced 2 pieces relay, guys. Let me show you the location of the relay, guys. This is our IPDM, guys. There is 1 relay there. I don't want to pull this one anymore. If you pull this one, open all these clips, then you can pull this one out. There is 1 ignition relay there, and the color is green. I replaced that relay, guys, that ignition on relay. And there's another one, guys. So on the left hand side of the dashboard, there is another relay. Okay, guys, on this side of the dashboard, guys, where the globe box, guys, there is another relay here, guys. So see on the one on the right, guys, that is also an ignition relay, guys. So the one on the top, guys, the one on the right, this one, guys, that one on the right, guys, that is also a ignition on relay. So I replaced 2 relay, and let's cross our fingers that everything is good. And I also remove all the grounds, all the terminal, guys. I remove them and I clean them. So I pull out all this battery terminal. I clean it with a sandpaper. Also the ground on the body of this vehicle, guys. So one of the cable here goes on that side. There is a ground there. I clean also the terminal of that body ground, guys. Well, then I tighten also the other ground. This one, there is another ground there, guys. See in the bottom, guys. There's another ground somewhere here, guys. So there's a ground there, guys. You see that cable? So it goes on the it goes there, guys. It goes on in here, guys. The ground is somewhere there. I also clean the contact of that ground, guys. So since the fault is very hard to find, because it's very hard to catch because it's intermittent, guys, that's what I did, guys. I clean all the grounds, I clean all the positive, and then I replace 2 relays, guys. So let's see what will gonna happen, guys. I'm going to road test it and let's see whether the fault disappear.